You're now listening to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. Straightforward, no nonsense business advice. Completely unfiltered. Grow your business. Grow your life. Now, here's your host, Brian Fullerton.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. It is your host, Brian Fullerton here, hanging with you guys, and good morning. Well, guys, today we are talking about all things EQUIP Expo 2022. Yes, the big day is finally here. This is the last day for the early bird registration. So, quick little plug there to help you guys save 50% off with promo code Brian. If you guys have not registered for the event, I'm telling you, this is the podcast for sure to hit pause on. Go into the show notes, click the link in the description, check out to save 50% off with your ticket. Promo code Brian saves you guys $10, which is 50% off. And then after this, the registration price is going to double to $40 for the trade show. So here's what I want to do on today's podcast. We'll do a short and sweet one here, talking about our finalized EQUIP plans for this upcoming week. I'm super excited about it. The dates for the event is October 18th through the 22nd. So we are going to be there in just about a month. And we have so many different things going on. I'm looking at my phone here. I've got the notes from equipexposition.com. I've got a notepad with my notes for all the things that I'm doing, I'm going to be at, which are a lot of things that other people are putting on as well. So if you guys have not been to EQUIP Expo, and you guys haven't heard a podcast, for crying out loud now that hasn't been talking about it, probably living under a rock. But long story short, it is the largest trade show and conference that is put on in the industry with all the major brands and companies that are there. Now, we have our live event, LAL 2022, that's going to be happening a month later, November 12th, Saturday. Not to confuse the two events. That event is put on by Liz and myself, and then we bring in other great industry guests that have multi-million-dollar businesses. That is a one-day training conference. We hope that that you guys would come there too. Don't spend all of your money down in Louisville, Kentucky. I always say that EQUIP Expo will sell you a lawnmower. We'll teach you how to make money with a lawnmower, okay? So entirely different events. One is a little bit more big lights, big conference rooms, big conference center, a lot of things going on, big trade show. The other one is a business conference, and that is going to help you guys grow a successful company, which I'm really excited about. And thank you guys so much for all the love with sold out September. Ticket sales are just coming in every single day. Another 3-4 tickets. We still got another couple hundred to move, which is going to be awesome. And I know by faith that those are going to be coming together, and we'll get to that 350, 400 person mark to sell out our event, which is going to be, like I said, about a month and a half later. So don't sleep on it. Launchpreneuracademy.com. You can get your ticket there as well. All right. So that being said, let's go back to EQUIP Expo. It is the largest trade show of its kind in our industry, for darn sure, by a long shot. Maybe you guys have heard me talk on previous podcasts before, but the local open house that you go to, it's always a great time, always a fun time. They might have hot dogs, they might have a grill out front. My dealer does a steak fry, which is pretty cool. They'll fire up about 500, 600, 800 steaks, which is just wild. Great time to just get the chum in the water, right? Let's start talking the following season or that spring. Let's start talking about equipment purchases, so on and so forth. And that is a lot of fun because it just gets your head in the game, right? Up here in Michigan, our local dealer is Weingart's, and we normally do that mid to late February. Well, that being said, EQUIP Expo, obviously coming up here in about a month this fall, it's a great time to similarly start having those conversations. What do you want to do in 2023, 2024, depending on when you're listening to this podcast? What do you want to do through the winter season to start lining yourself up for that upcoming spring season to get new equipment, to break into a different division of hardscaping, landscaping? Do you want to get a skid steer? This is the place to go to shop for equipment. I mean, frankly, leave your wallet in the car because you literally can buy off the showroom floor and off the conference floor. There are actually some pretty good deals typically. And frankly, a great time is to also make some offers on Friday at 2:00 when the show is wrapping up, because none of those companies want to haul that stuff back home. So as long as you can bring a truck or a trailer down to the conference, and you might be able to snag something for a couple $100 off, a couple $1,000 off. It all depends. So what you have going on down in Louisville. And I think somebody said that this is the 6th largest trade show in the country. How crazy is that? Not in the green industry. We're talking all mega conferences combined. I'm sure there's cheerleading conferences, there's volleyball conferences, there's probably sports conferences, there's real estate conferences, everything in between, automotive conferences, if you will, maybe like the Detroit Auto Show, the NIAS. I don't know if that would be under the same umbrella of like huge mega expos and conventions, but I'd have to believe that it's probably in the top 10 as well. Well, EQUIP Expo is number 6, and moving on to 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 in a hurry.
Billy Goat is excited to introduce its new high-volume cleanup Leaf Dragon leaf loader. The unit's fuel-efficient 37 gross HP EFI Vanguard 933cc engine is coupled to a 25-inch diameter shredding impeller with a long-span belt for increased life and generates 6,900 CFM of leaf suction. The electric start engine features automotive-style cold-weather starting and is up to 25% more fuel-efficient than carbureted models. A 16-inch diameter times 10-foot long hose affords true curbside intake and is supported with a 3-position locking boom, allowing for 45 square feet of cleanup coverage before moving the unit. That's double the reach of most other units on the market, offering large jumps in crew productivity. The double-loop hose handle provides 3 unique positions for added operator ergonomics. A 2-pin door closure provides fast access impeller and liner inspection, and a soft-angle discharge chute reduces wear. The unit includes an integral road-ready DOT trailer and delivers everything you need to burn through your leaf cleanups this fall.
What you have going on is 650,000 square feet of exhibitor space, exhibitor being the X-Marks, the Toros, the Graveleys, the Husqvarnas, the Unilocks. Pick your brand, pick your person. Anybody who's in the green industry space, hardscaping space, landscaping space, they are going to be there with a booth. Some of these guys are getting 10 by 10 booths. Other people getting 100 by 100 booths, right? So 650,000 square feet of space that is going to be all under roof, inside, enclosed. Beautiful 72-degree weather in there, right? So it's wild. So again, your local open house is cool, but your dealer might only sell and service and support 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 brands, right? Maybe 2 hand tool brands like a Steel and a Red Max, and then maybe they'll sell Toro and Cub Cadet, whatever, right? So when you go here, every single brand is there. And by the way, every single mower, every single tractor, every single skid steer, every single attachment, arguably, is going to be on display. So let's say you're a big Cub Cadet fan and your local dealer has a 960 out front and an X600 out front. Awesome. Well, when you go to EQUIP Expo, they've got the whole fleet. The LT1 series, the LT2 series, the LT3 series, the 960 series, the 972s. They've got the X600s, the X600 36s, like the 36-inch ones. They've got the 52s, the 54s, whatever. They've got the 60s, so on and so forth. They've got the 960, the 972, the 972 dually. They've got demos. They've got different, displays that you can interact with, and so much more. Echo and Steel. And you're just going to grab your Steel FS94R or your Echo 2620. That's awesome. But then you look at the stands and the displays and the booths, and then you realize there's 25 other products that you've really never even heard of, unless you late night go on the website of Husqvarna or Steel and go, holy cow, I didn't know they made a FS 112 this or a 184 that or a KM something, right? So this is the time and place to not only check them all out, but to even use them because they have an outdoor demo spot as well. And by the way, before we wrap this thing up, I got about 8 or so tips that I want to give you guys, including our schedule so you guys can know where to track me down if you guys want to link up. Outdoor demo, about 30 to 40 acres of outdoor demo space. So the only thing cooler, in my opinion, than seeing all the fresh paint and the new car smell and the glossed, tires with the wet, shine and the Carlisle tires and all that mess is the ability to go dirty all that stuff up outdoors for free. As long as you're 16 plus, you can get into the whole place, indoor and outdoor, and you can go demo all the equipment we just were talking about. Literally, if you want to jump in a $60,000, Bobcat skid steer or Cat skid steer or Gal skid steer or Kubota, you can jump in these things and literally start digging a friggin' hole to China, okay? It's ridiculous. It's so much fun. Also, there's some crazy large machines as well. There was a New Holland machine that I don't know the tonnage, but 8-ton, 10-ton, 12-ton machines, whatever, they're big tracked loaders. And you can literally start digging holes in the ground with these pieces of equipment. Like, it's almost crazy. Like, nobody like runs through the whole place. It just makes a terror, gets, loses control of a machine. But if you want to test out a Skag V-Ride 2, if you want to check out the Altos tracked mowers, right? No skin in the game with any of the companies here. I'm just telling you straight up, it's a lot of fun to just going out there and use this equipment. So here's what I will say. The show is going to be a super fun time, and it is going to come at you like you opened up the corner fire hydrant and you started trying to drink out of that thing like it's a fire hose, okay? It is going to just be a geyser of water that is going to come at you at noon on Wednesday when this place opens up, and you walk in there, and it's literally like you're coming out of the tunnel of a football game into a stadium with 30,000, 100,000 roaring, screaming fans, okay? When you walk in through this huge tunnel, there's a huge entrance, which is, by the way, anybody who's been there before, it's not the same entrance that you've been to in the past couple of years, where they've got that little peaked entrance there on the south wing that's kind of tucked in a little bit. It's actually going to be about another 500 feet north to the corner of the building where the hall and the exposition center meet. They're using the next left entrance. Maybe you guys remember that's where the cafeteria kind of was in the big glass atrium. So that's actually going to be the walk-in doors, just so you guys know. So if you use those big tractors that are scurrying around the parking lot, picking up people to take them to the front door, because there's probably 10 acres of parking out front of the Louisville Stadium and the Expo Center, all of that, you can take those tractors up to the front spot. So don't get dropped off at the old spot that so many of you guys have known in the past. It's about another 500 feet to the left in the corner of where the Expo and the Louisville Bowl, whatever that convention center is right there, all meet up, okay? So it's that big atrium area. In the past, it used to be all the food trucks were over there and some different vendors and displays and cafeteria, food options. So Wednesday, that's when the show basically starts. But let's back up a quick second, because the festivities are going to start even sooner on Tuesday. Okay, so let's jump into the actual schedule here that we are going to be participating in. And by the way, this is the official EQUIP schedule from their website, and then it's also the schedule that we're going to have here with our own plans, because there's booth takeovers, there's other people's events, there's so much going on. So I'm really excited about running down this list with you guys. By the way, before we wrap up this whole thing, I've got about, probably about 8 or 9 tips to help you guys navigate the show, whether it's your first time or your second time, or your 50th time, to be honest with you. Well, I don't know if it's been around for 50 years, but at least 20 years from what I understand. By the way, if you guys are going to the show, one thing I was going to mention, the badges are actually going to be picked up in person. They're not going to be mailing them this year. That's something new that they're changing up. So a lot of you guys are like, hey, when do we start getting badges in the mail? That is not happening this year. You actually are going to be picking them up at the 30 plus kiosks that they're going to have at the entrance of the show. Another quick point here that I wanted to make for you guys. So many of you that have been there before know the double glass green peaks entrance on the south side of the convention center. That is not where we're going to be picking up the show badges this year. And the entrance is actually moved about 500 feet or whatever it is left to the middle of the convention center where it meets the Louisville Exposition Center versus in the stadium right there. So it's going to be in that corner, that crevice. That's if you guys were ever at the show before, that's kind of like where the cafeteria area was, where you could get a cafeteria style, plate of lunch or dinner for like $20-25. There's a bunch of registration tables. Over the years, they've had food trucks there, like little Dippin' Dots, get a pretzel kind of a deal. So if you guys know that whole thing, basically it's where you would exit out of the Hardscape North America. If you guys ever took like the back way into the whole convention center. So the entrance, it's not the double green peaks where they had the UTVs parked out front with the big banner. It's all the way to the north, like to the left. So about another 500 feet down is going to be the new entrance over there, because that atrium is like 5 times the size, where before we were all getting kind of like herded like cattle to go into the key of the city, just with that little green arch that so many of you guys know. If you've been there before, you know what I'm talking about. But it's going to be like the left of that entrance is the new entrance. Okay, so let's do this really quick. Let's go down the lineup because the convention and everything starts on Wednesday. But there's a lot of festivities that are going to be happening earlier on Tuesdays. So if you guys are getting into the show early, maybe consider checking these out. First off, on Tuesday, Mitchell Gordy has a meetup from 5 to 8 p.m. at Merrill's Whiskey Kitchen. It's right there. I'm not sure if that's... what's the main streets right there? It's like 4th Street is where the Galt House is, and there's like another parallel street right there. It's like one of the main arteries. But any which way, it's like not even 2 or 3 blocks away from downtown is Merrill's Whiskey Kitchen. That is sponsored by Jobber. And shout out to Jobber. Use promo code Paul or Mitchell or whoever to save. I'm just having fun. We use Yardbook. They use Jobber. Awesome. But shout out to Jobber for reinvesting into the community because that's pretty cool. Because from what I understand from Mitchell is that like the first 75 people there are getting I think a meal or like an appetizer or something like that. And then also a drink ticket, which is pretty cool. So I don't know what that is. Maybe a $5,000, sponsorship or something like that they're pouring right back into the community, literally pouring it back into the community. So if you want to go there, check it out. That'll be a really fun time. A lot of people are going to link up there early from 5 to 8 p.m. I'm sure if you get there at 6:30, 7:30, there's probably not going to be any drink tickets left. So if you want to get some free food on Jobber and on Mitchell, consider getting there early. Now, the cool thing is from there, you can walk across the street to let me see, I have it wrote down, so I haven't figured that one out just yet. From 6:30 to 9, the Louisville Slugger baseball field. That is the EQUIP welcome reception and the fireworks that they've been talking about. And so that is from 6:30 to 9. And they may, launch the fireworks at 8:39. It just really depends on the crowd, like what looks like peak time. It's their first year doing it. So they might do their fireworks even a little earlier, maybe 8:30, just a little heads up there. Because a lot of people are going to be getting back, maybe doing their last meals, last dinners, and then kind of getting to bed because a lot of people are going to be waking up early for the next day. All right, so that being said, one other quick thing is that there might be some of the different hotels that have shuttles there. So if you guys don't have a DD or you guys are, throwing a couple back, just to be smart. But some of the hotels do have shuttles, which is kind of nice. So any which way, Tuesday night, 5 to 8, Merrill's Whiskey Kitchen. That's Mitchell's meetup. And then from 6:30 to 9, Louisville Slugger baseball field, right down the road, a couple blocks away, is the open welcome reception. All right, let's go over to Wednesday. So, and this goes full circle to the fun run, which to me is an oxymoron, but from 7 a.m. to arguably 8 a.m., whatever you want to say, is going to be the Mulligan Fun Run. And that is actually, it's a really cool thing. It's for a good cause. Somehow I got roped into it. I'm not a runner. I'm not a marathoner. I'm not a sprinter. I'm not a track star. I am a lawn care guy with a stressed beer belly, right? So it's, I don't even drink, right? But nonetheless, I've been training, right? I'm Usain Bolt over here. And I'm going to go run a 5K, 3.1 miles or whatever it is. Somebody have an oxygen mask waiting for me at the end of the field. I'm just going to be breathing into that thing like I'm Darth Vader. But nonetheless, I'm going to be getting my butt up early and getting over there at 7 a.m. is when the run starts. So quick tip for all of you guys that are running with me. We'll have a little Peloton going because I need to draft somebody to cut the wind just so I can draft you guys to get a little extra bonus aerodynamicness there because obviously I'm an athlete. I need to get a First Form shirt that just says athlete. And so any which way, if you guys are running at 7, and that's when it starts officially sharp, they said 7 o'clock, boom, gun goes off, we're running across this bridge to Ohio and back or Indiana and back or whatever it is. You have to get there 6:15, 6:30, 6:45. Don't be late, right? Because if you get there at 7, people are going to be running across the bridge, okay? Which is going to be ridiculous. So late night Tuesday, already early morning Wednesday, that's a recipe for success, okay? So anyway, that's at 7 a.m., the Mulligan Run. You can still register for that. I think it's like $40. You get a shirt, you're going to get a little metal thing. They're going to be sending out more information on that to come with some final details because you're going to be right there at like the Harbor Park. That is where the bridge kind of ramps up to go across the cove, the lake, the little river there, the Louisville River. Hopefully it doesn't flood this year, right? All right, that being said, that is Wednesday. Now, that being said, on Wednesday, the conference and the convention doesn't open up till noon. Okay, so 9 to noon is media. I might be able to sneak in there a little bit, hopefully do some stuff with a couple companies, try to get a couple clips, a couple videos, we'll see. But the whole thing really opens up at noon, which is really, really cool. And I think I was talking to Gabe Polteritis. He had said that I was just talking to somebody that was on the podcast the other day, the outdoor demo is also going to open up on Wednesday. Years past, it used to just be Thursday, Friday. For some of you guys that are veterans of the show and you guys have been once or twice, consider getting out there Wednesday. You can go outside Wednesday. Also, just thinking ahead, let's look at the weather real time the week of, because if Thursday, Friday are rain days, probably going to invert your schedule. If you were indoors Wednesday, Thursday, outdoor Friday, which is kind of my attack plan, you might want to invert that, because who knows, if it's thunderstorms Friday, you might want to go, run the outdoor demos on Wednesday, Thursday, right? Just talking out loud, just thinking out loud, getting a game plan and a plan of attack, okay? So one thing I am really excited about on Wednesday, outside of the whole place opening up at noon, which is going to be insane, and again, promo code Brian gets you guys your ticket, you're registered, you're good to go, you can filter right into this thing. The line to get into this thing is going to be ridiculous. It's going to be 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 people deep. It really is. It's ridiculous. Don't be the guy stuck in a similar line, 200 people deep, getting a stupid registration ticket because you forgot. Okay, I'm telling you, get it today, get it now. Literally pause the podcast and get your ticket, because you don't want to be stuck in some line and paying $80 to go to something that is arguably $10, $20 to get in. Right? It's they're not making money on the tickets. They're selling exhibitor space. Okay. So 2 o'clock though, something that's going to be really cool, and we used to do this on Thursday, but we're doing it this year on Wednesday, 2 p.m. If you guys can help me out, swing on by the Exmark booth. I'm going to be doing a booth takeover with my friend Paul Jameson of the Green Industry Podcast, and we're going to be over there kissing babies, shaking hands, or shaking babies and kissing hands. One of the two, I'm not sure. So if you guys want to meet up, if you guys want to link up, if you want to take a photo, I'd be honored to come meet you guys, hang out with you there for about an hour. Just speed round, shake your hand, take a photo, have your phones ready. Let's rock and roll. I think Xmark's giving us a couple hundred shirts or beanies or something again this year to give away, which is going to be really cool. So if you guys want to link up, the first quote unquote real opportunity outside of Merrill's Whiskey Kitchen that I'll be at Mitchell's event on Tuesday night is Wednesday at 2 p.m. at the Xmark booth. Come over there, come hobnob, come say hey. Maybe there's some free, food that's still lingering around from the media that morning. Some pretzels are laying around, some cold ones if you guys are into that. And you know what? Come meet the team at Xmark. They're super cool people. I mean, no lie, everybody is really, really nice, really, really kind behind the scenes. And, come check out all the new equipment that they're going to have there. So 2 p.m. Wednesday, that's like the quote unquote booth takeover. That's one of them that I'm doing. I'd love to have you guys there. It's going to be a really, really good time. And also, come see Paul. It's going to be a really good time to see him in person. Maybe if you guys want to bring a copy of his book, or you guys want to exchange stickers, all that fun stuff. By the way, bring stickers to the show. Maybe order those later tonight on Sticker Mule. That's who we use. And I'd love to get a business card, a sticker from you guys, and put it on our tool chests and all that fun stuff. All right, so the first Wednesday show is from 12 to 5. Okay, so 12 to 5 for the indoor show. The outdoor portion of the Wednesday show is also 12 to 5, but the UTV test track is only from 1 to 5. Okay, so the UTV test track is going to be huge. By the way, they said they have like Polaris coming in, a couple other big brands. So that's going to be really cool. Last year there was like 4 or 5, UTV brands. Now there's like 10 or 12, which is really, really cool. Okay. Excuse me. The opening keynote is also Wednesday at 11 a.m. So if you guys are like, hey, I'm going to go get in line at noon to get into this thing when it opens up, at 11, you can check out the keynote for the whole conference in the main event center, okay? And then once that whole place wraps up at 5 o'clock on Wednesday, which is going to be a good time, tons of traffic getting back north to downtown Louisville, which is about 10 to 12 minutes northwest, okay? Go grab some lunch, go grab some dinner, during that time frame. Maybe go home, back to your hotel, I should say, take a quick shower, kind of clean up, throw some jeans on and a dress shirt, some nicer shoes, whatever you're into, and you can go paint the town, downtown Louisville, 4th Street Live at 8 o'clock. They have the Crashers coming in, which is so freaking cool because I'm really excited about hearing a band that I've never heard about before in my life. Okay. I'm just having fun. I know nothing about the Crashers. I actually tried to do some show prep, YouTube and Google, like who are the Crashers. I have no idea. Neither did Google. Okay. So I'm sure they're really good. Maybe it was a budget thing this year. Maybe still gave out too many free hats over the last couple of years and didn't have any ad dollars left to sponsor the trucker band or whatever, the Kid Rock's guy back in the day. He came a couple of years ago. That was really cool. The Twisted Metal trucker band, whatever those guys were. The guys that sang like Cowboy and all that mess. But so I don't know. The Crashers are going to be there at 8. It's loud. It's obnoxious. The whole downtown conference, 4th Street area, the concert area, it's wild, folks. It's loud. There's food all over. There's different tables. There's after parties. Hobnob with somebody, get a ticket, hang out with people. Always a good time. And just be responsible, guys. Like, you're there to, it's a business trip. I know a lot of people want to, cut loose and throw a couple back. Just be responsible, because I've seen people get arrested. I've seen people do stupid stuff, 10, 11, 12 at night. And you don't want to be there at 2 a.m. going, where am I? Unless you're hanging with the Mulchmate crew, because those guys, they'll throw down with you. So let's do this really quick. I'm going to give you guys some tips for the show that are going to help you guys out. We're going to take a quick commercial break. I'm going to get a sip of my Red Bull here because I'm not talking fast enough just yet. And then I'm going to give you the tips, and then let's cover Thursday and Friday as we come right on back.
Billy Goat is excited to introduce its new high-volume cleanup Leaf Dragon Leaf Loader. The unit's fuel-efficient 37 gross HP EFI Vanguard 933cc engine is coupled to a 25-inch diameter shredding impeller with a long-span belt for increased life and generates 6,900 CFM of leaf suction. The electric start engine features automotive-style cold-weather starting and is up to 25% more fuel-efficient than carbureted models. A 16-inch diameter times 10-foot long hose affords true curbside intake and is supported with a 3-position locking boom, allowing for 45 square feet of cleanup coverage before moving the unit. That's double the reach of most other units on the market, offering large jumps in crew productivity. The double-loop hose handle provides 3 unique positions for added operator ergonomics. A 2-pin door closure provides fast access impeller and liner inspection, and a soft-angle discharge chute reduces wear. The unit includes an integral road-ready DOT trailer and delivers everything you need to burn through your leaf cleanups this fall.
All right, guys. Well, we are back. And in the meantime, quick little update. My business line of credit was increased from Chase Inc. So appreciate those guys. Shout out to Chase. I might just pull that money out and go buy my pole barn. So, which is about a 10 by 10, because that's all my business line of credit is these days. I'm just having fun. Okay, so let's jump right back into it. A couple quick tips, and then we'll talk about Thursday, Friday. I'm just going to run through these bullet points, bullet round, okay? Tip number 1, there is an app that you can download on your phone for the whole conference and convention. So get a map, start looking at exhibitor numbers, booth numbers, placements of the booths, location. Get an attack plan. Where do you want to be? What time do you want to be? Who do you want to talk to? Where do you want to see? And then coordinate that with booth takeovers or other meetups or other events that are going on, because people are going to want to link up with each other. And so if you're like, hey, the Xmark booth takeover is Wednesday at 2 p.m., maybe consider going to the Toro booth at, 1:30, hanging out there for a half hour, because Toro is right next to Xmark typically. And then boom, you can be at the Xmark booth at 2. Right. So try to plan something around those things. So that way, if you want to do booth takeovers with other folks that are going to be putting out their schedules or whatever on social media, you can be in the vicinity and not be like, oh, dang, I'm in the Hardscape North America show all the way in the north corner. And then, dang, I got to run all the way back. That's not fun, obviously. Okay. So number 2, walking shoes. I know everybody listening to the show, you walk all day long, 5, 8, 10 miles a day. I get it. Nonetheless, comfortable Nike shoes. It's not cowboy territory, cowboy shoes. If you want to do that, that's your funeral. If you guys are bringing your girlfriend, your fiance, your wife, just a quick tip, get them some Pumas. You know what I mean? Get them some nice walking shoes. It is not necessarily the place for heels and or even wedges, okay? They will not keep up, and they'll be white girl wasted on those shoes, and they're going to take them off, and then guess who's carrying them? You. And so if your girl brings her heels, man, tell them you're married to those things. Like, they are not coming off till 8 o'clock back at the hotel room. Okay. So, cause I ain't carrying no girl shoes. Okay. My wife's or anybody else's for that matter. Okay. So I'm telling you, I don't care, whatever. Like all the corporate people, all the company people, they'll all be, dressed up nice. That's their role. But you guys, you're walking a bunch, you're trying to make time, have good walking shoes. Okay. Just to go down a couple more, bring water, bring snacks, bring cash. You never know if credit card machines are down, ATMs aren't working or out of money. Maybe somebody doesn't have Apple Pay, whatever. Bring, $100, $200 cash so you are able to just expedite things, make it quicker. I wrote down a quick tip. If you can tip your drivers, your hotels, your staff, guys, we can't find help. How do you think they're feeling? They can't find help either, okay? It's just the state of the economy right now. Tip those people, appreciate those people. Leave a 5, leave a 10, leave a 20 spot for the person that takes care of your room. Tip your Uber guy 20%. Be nice, be courteous. Let them know that we're a first class, organization coming into town, okay? Another thing I wrote down here is have a positive attitude. Somebody's going to cut you off in traffic. Somebody's going to bump, shoulder check you when you're walking through the expo. You might be, having the condiment stands, getting a hot dog, and you pump the ketchup, and the ketchup shoots on your shirt. Okay, don't lose your cool. Life will go on. Okay, so I put have a positive attitude because things happen. Things are going to happen outside of your control. And just remember, everybody's there to just have fun, network, but you're cramming 30,000 people into one confined space. Okay, still a million square feet. Still a million square feet. Don't get me wrong. But things are going to happen. Okay. So I always tell people, bring a positive attitude. Same thing if you're coming to LAL, by the way, have a positive attitude. Also, I wrote down, have a game plan. Have a game plan because, like I said earlier, you don't want to be wasting time walking. Because here's one thing that I did my first couple of years that was a big rookie mistake. I was like, I want to go see the Boss booth. And then I want to go see the Unilock booth. And then I want to go see, Spartan Mowers or something, right? Well, if you've been to the show, most of the booths keep renewing where they're at, but some companies change spots because, the companies are growing. They got more money to spend on different higher end booths and better locations up front. Well, if you guys have been there before, Boss is in the northeast corner with a lot of the other snow brands. Unilock is in the Hardscape North America show. That's on the other end of the convention center. And then Spartan Mowers are all the way up front in the right corner, typically. And so same thing. Now you're walking all the way across God's green earth trying to visit different booths. It's just like anything, like what do they say? An ounce of prevention beats a pound of cure, something like that. So it's the same deal. Get a quick game plan, glance at the map. Where are these booths at? Where do you want to go? And also write down like the top 10 booths that you absolutely have to see, and then make like your top 20 list, which is the 10 after your non-negotiable. Don't miss these 10. Go to the other, your secondary 10 booths where if you make it, great. If you don't, not the end of the world, right? Because if you just write down a list of 40 places, you're only going to get to 15 to 20 of them. It's just the nature of the show. There's just so much going on, okay? Other quick things I put, check out the equipment, get outside. So many people just literally yak all day long inside, and that's fine. That's cool. But make it a point to get outside. For the love of God, get some fresh air. It's a great time. I get ornery after being inside, just on Wednesday and Thursday. I'm like, I don't like being inside convention centers or office space. Like, it's just, I need natural light. Okay. Some people, this is a weird one, but this is what I'm going to do is set my phone alarm for 20-minute intervals, which means every 20 minutes, I'm going to have a phone alarm go off, which means I need to move, because you will get stuck talking to people, locked down, talking to companies, talking to the overzealous sales rep who's like, hey man, do you need this gardening tool? You're like, no, but I'll watch your demonstration. Next thing you know, you're there for 15 minutes and then you're taking $200 out of your wallet to go buy some stupid tool, which is fine. It's because everybody's got their song and dance. But my point is, every 20, 30 minutes, make sure you're moving about. Go to the next booth, go to the next meetup, go to the next takeover, go to the next event. So you just keep it moving, okay? So set a phone alarm maybe for some of you guys. I know some of you guys are just talkers and you get locked down, okay? I wrote a couple quick, 4 more. Battery chargers, energy drinks, backpack for swag, and the kiosk to pick up your badge was the, I mentioned that at the beginning. Battery charger, you're in one of those, convention centers with the metal roofs, the truss roofs. You don't get a signal in there. Even if you connect to the Wi-Fi, it's going to be slow. And we all know if you're sending text messages inside of an event space like that, it's going to drain the snot out of your battery. And if you don't know, like, Wi-Fi works slow and the text messages just kill your battery on your phone, get one of those little like Amazon Essentials battery pack chargers. I got 2 of them that I bring, and just keep your phone literally permanently charging on that thing so you can have a full battery, because last thing you want to do is meet your favorite YouTuber, your favorite Instagrammer, your favorite whoever, or you're trying to write down somebody's email to connect and you got a dead phone, right? That's awful. Another quick thing, bring your business cards. Just while I have it, bring your business cards, bring some stickers, okay? All right, let's go back to the schedule, and then we'll button this thing up here in just a couple quick minutes. Wednesday, we talked about the fun run in the morning, then the 2 o'clock meet up with myself and Paul at the Xmark booth. Thursday, it's going to be a wild day. Thursday, it's all day event. Let me double check the official schedule. 9 to 5 indoor, 9 to 5 outdoor, 10 to 5 for the UTV track, which is fine because it takes a minute to get out to the outdoor spot anyway, and then to the UTV track. That's going to be a really, really good time to see. The main day is Thursday. The attendance is going to be up probably 30 to 50% more people. So if you're like Wednesday, you're piling into this thing, you're like, man, this is crazy. Literally, folks, and many people have said this before, the next day on Thursday, it's probably going to be an influx of 30 to 50% more foot traffic. Everybody and their brother is there. Thursday's kind of like the big hoopla, the big day. So plan your booths maybe nearby, like clusters, like I'm going to see the south wing, the east side, the northwest wing, then the Hardscape North America wing, on Friday. Like, get clusters of booths that you want to see, because or centipede up and down all the rows. That's what I do sometimes too, is I just centipede, start from the front and just kind of go all the way down like the little old arcade game, okay? So Thursday, something that's really cool in the morning, I'm personally not going to be attending this just because I've got some other obligations, but Thursday morning is the Influencer Live meetup. I think at 9 a.m. in the main, it might even be 8 a.m., but hopefully it's probably at 9 a.m., is at the, it could be at 8 a.m., to be honest with you. I don't have that written down. To be honest, I'm not going to be going to that. I've got some obligations that morning because I'm going to be doing the fun run Wednesday. I'm going to be probably exhausted. But that Thursday morning, I'm not going to be able to check out the Influencer Live portion. But that is a podcast live kind of a deal that they're going to be doing with Kohler Engines, a couple other different people there, like the Almonds, Paul Jameson, I think Naylor, a couple other people that they're interviewing, which will be cool. There'll be a couple hundred people there, no doubt. So that should be a fun time. Maybe check that out, 9 a.m. or even 8 a.m., whenever that is, on Thursday morning. Check out the other people's podcasts and shows. They can fill you in for that date. That's the only one actually I didn't write down, so I apologize, okay? 2 o'clock, though, is going to be the event that I'm doing with B&B Lawn Care, Mike Andes, and Paul Jameson at 2 p.m. inside the same event center. And we're going to be talking about all things sales and marketing, getting customers, expanding your business, and working on your brand. I'm really, really excited about that. This is the first year for Energize. By the way, we'll have energy drinks there. I think popcorn, some snacks and nuts and all this stuff. And the idea is Energize. We're going to get you all amped up at 2 o'clock when you're kind of hitting that lull in that wall. So come over and check it out. I'm really excited about seeing Mike Andes talk. Guys just crushing it right now, building franchises. B&B's great with social media and, telling people, sharing with people how to expand their brand. I'm going to be over there. Hopefully just beautifying the place. I'm just having some fun. But we do plan to pour it out there. We've got a conference call that we've put together to work on a game plan for this thing. It's coming together. It's going to be a really, really fun time. We hope you guys support it. Check it out. It's the first time we're doing this. 2 p.m. Thursday in the main event room, which would be the same room as the Influencer Live, okay? If you guys can come check that out for an hour, come hang out. That's another chance for like meet and greet after. We'll do a Q&A as well. Love to meet you guys. Love to hang out with you guys. That'll be Thursday at 2 p.m. All right, as we go through this list, the official EQUIP show is till 5 o'clock. That's what you got on Thursday. Influencer Live is at 8 a.m. There you go. Influencer, 8 a.m. to 9:30. Energize, 2 to 3:30. We won't go to 3:30, but I'll probably be there, taking photos with people and just kind of hanging out. All right, the Mutt Madness, if you guys want to go to Freedom Hall, I think they might have a dog adoption thing. That's 11:30 to 2. It's actually really popular. Like a couple hundred dogs get adopted. I don't know if that's there, but whatever Mutt Madness is there, it could be that as well. That'll be in the main ball, the Freedom Hall. It's where the basketball team plays. All right, and then again, fourth, that goes till 5 o'clock, so it'll be a great time. Hang out. There's probably other events happening, other meetups happening, other booth takeovers happening. I don't know everybody's schedule. I'm sorry. There's just so much going on. I'll be at every booth and walking around. And by the way, if you guys see me, like, stop by, say hey. If I'm talking to a company person, just give me 10 seconds. I just want to wrap up probably an important meeting with them because I'm trying to network as well. But if you guys see me walking by or whatever, come say hey. Appreciate you guys flagging me down. I say this before, like, don't do the awkward, like, hey, I think that's Brian. Then just like keep walking and be like, hey, I think I know that guy. Like, dude, stop me. Like, you stop me and I'll stop you. Like, what up, dude? Like, let's high five or, fist bump, take a photo. If I'm shooting video and you want to be in it, just jump into the camera. Let's, jump in the vlog with me. I'm going to be shooting some video on the whole thing. Don't be a weirdo though, like just walking by and go, hey, there's Brian. And one thing that breaks my heart when we do these kind of live events is somebody says, oh, dude, like, you were busy talking to somebody and I didn't want to interrupt. It's probably not the best time to like exchange your life story, but I love to like, talk with you for a minute or two. But don't just walk away, like wait for just a quick second. Cause I want to meet you guys. I had so many people, I walked by, but I didn't want to bother you and you and Liz and all this stuff going on. No, dude, like, please stop us. Please bug us. Like, this is why we're there. We want to meet you guys. We want to hang out. Like, I can be more sincere. Okay. So don't do the awkward, like, glance at each other and then walk away. Like, that's weird. It's like, stop me, say, hey, that's why we're there. 4th Street Live Thursday night, back into downtown area, Trace Adkins. He's going to be awesome. Big fan of his music. Probably one of the best musicians. In Louisville that week, no doubt about it. Especially at least on Thursday night. If you, the more you drink, the better the music always gets. I went on a cruise once and we went on this little fishing excursion thing, and it was like, $80 and the little catamaran. And we were in this part of the Caribbean and whatever. And I'm like, there's a fishing expedition. We're supposed to see a bunch of exotic fish. And we're like 2 hours into this thing. I'm like, bro, we haven't seen any exotic anything. All I see is crystal blue water and a bunch of trash in the ocean. And his joke was, my friends, there's 40 people on this catamaran. He goes, my friends, the more you drink, the more fish you see. And I was like, this is such a scam. So any which way, late night, the more you drink, the better the music gets. Something like that. All right. So can't wait to see Trace Adkins Thursday night. All right. That being said, let's just button it up really quick. Friday, you got the closing keynote and breakfast at 7:30 a.m. That is a cost of $15 per person. I don't know who that is. I'm not going to that. I'm not going to get up that early to see anybody talk. I don't care how good you are. But I will stumble my way over there at 9 a.m. and be back into the indoor show. One thing really quick though, 9 a.m. I am going to be 90% still locking this down behind the scenes, but I should be doing an outdoor. Friday, I always go outdoors. Friday, I'm outside. If you want to meet me Wednesday or Thursday, I will be indoors. Friday, 99% chance I'm going to be outdoors running around, just grabbing video and hanging out. 9 a.m. Friday, outdoor booth. I should most likely be at the Kawasaki booth from 9 to 10 a.m. I'm really, really excited about that. That's a new one for me. That's going to be a good one. So if you guys are already out and about, depending on where you park in the parking lots, come on over, just beeline over there and I'll be there for about an hour. Again, love to shake your hand, high five, run some equipment. I'm sure Kawasaki is going to have a bunch of great stuff over there. So that'll be 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Friday morning. Okay. Let me just bounce back and forth, make sure we don't have anything else going on. I put outdoor UTV test track on my other notepad, which is really cool. I didn't get a chance to go in the UTV test track last year. That was in the far east corner of the whole parking lot. It was really, really cool. So if you guys haven't had a chance, go jump on a UTV, go test drive the Bobcats, the Gravy Atlas, the Polaris. They might have some Can-Am. They might have some CF Moto. All these different brands are there. Go check them out. It's a really, really good time. That's something that has been growing like crazy, is that UTV test track. All right, here's 3 things I wrote down, and we'll button it up. I wrote down the people, the stories, and the fun. This is your guys' chance to come check it out. Louisville, Kentucky. You've been hearing it promoted for 6 months now. Everybody's promoting the code. Everybody's trying to register in, lock in, get hotels. I don't know what kind of hotel rooms are left or anything like that. You might be able to find some cheap, opportunities around town, or maybe some Airbnbs. But nonetheless, come on down, check it out. I always say you got to go at least once. It's going to be a really, really good time. I've never been to a show where I'm like, man, this was a waste of time. Network, hang out, cut up with people, find your clique, find your posse, bring your own, crew. You got to register each person you bring, obviously. But come on down, pull away from the business, take 2-3 days off, make a vacation out of it. Like, you've been working hard all year. The work will always be there. I say this all the time. And it's not because we're balling where I'm like, oh, I don't want to stay home and make $1,500 that week or $1,500 that day. I get it, but you have to pull away from the company for a day or 2 or 3. And if you come on down from, Wednesday to Friday or something, you drive back or fly back Friday night, you will be more recharged and more energized and more excited about your business coming back home that Friday, Saturday than you would be if you just kept muscling through, and then it's, a couple more weeks of mowing, a couple more weeks of leaf cleanups, and then in the snow. Like, you got to take a break, catch your breath, and then get re-excited to come back to your business, to implement the new things you learn from the training classes, to, all the equipment that you're going to put on order, when you get back home with your local dealer. Does that make sense? So come on up, or come on down, I should say, to Louisville, Kentucky. It's going to be a really good time. Don't forget to register for your ticket with the code Brian, saves you 50%, all that mess. That's what I got. So I'm just looking at my notes here. And if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, shoot me a DM, shoot me an email. If you guys want to link up or meet up, please do it at a booth takeover. I'm not going to be able to meet you and your fiance necessarily at 1:00 at a certain booth or a certain hallway. I apologize. If you guys go, you'll get it. There's just so much going on. I couldn't get over there if I wanted. We get stopped a lot, which is great. I want to meet every single person and talk to every single person that does stop me. So it's really hard for me to get to you guys, but if you guys can do me a solid and get to me, I know that sounds kind of stupid and kind of pretentious, but it's just the nature of the beast. I want to meet you guys so bad. Come to the Tuesday, night meetups. Come to the Wednesday 2 p.m. Xmark booth. Come to the Thursday 2 p.m. Energize event. Come to the 9 a.m. Friday Kawasaki event. I've got to meet up every single day there where I can link up with you guys, or a time every single day to link up with you guys. So I'd love to meet you. Love to see you there. And that's what I got. All right. That is a lengthy podcast. My voice is coarse. I've been doing a lot of talking on the phones, burning it up, and just networking, man, trying to get this thing done. So, all right, guys, appreciate you. Love you. Thanks for listening in. By the way, thanks for all the love and support from the Monday episode. So many of you guys love that podcast. And Liz and I were talking about debt and how we approach our finances. That's probably my favorite episodes that I've done this whole year. So appreciate you guys listening in. And if I can do anything for you, reach out, and we'll catch up with you guys here on the next one. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Brian. Really quick, I just wanted to let you guys know that Launchpreneur Academy Live 2022 is a go, and tickets are selling out fast. One thing I want to help you guys out with is getting your business to the next level. That is my mission with all the content that we put out with YouTube, Instagram, the podcast, and so much more. Well, the best way to do it is to learn from some of the best in the industry. And in my opinion, that's going to be at Launchpreneur Academy Live this November 12th, Saturday. It's a one-day conference up here in Novi, Michigan. Over the years, we've sold tickets to these events and they always pack out. This year, I wanted to totally sell out the event by the end of September. Can you guys help me out? Can we do sold out September where you guys get your ticket? Last year, we sold 40% of our tickets in the last 3 to 4 weeks of the event, which we'll take it and we appreciate it. It'd be nice to know that we have the 400 tickets sold by the end of September and the event is sold out or close to being sold out months in advance. How about that? That way we're not sitting around wondering how many catalogs do we need, what's the food order going to be, and all that other fun stuff. Long story short, guys, one thing I say on the podcast a lot is some people treat a crumb like a feast and other people treat a feast like a crumb. Which one are you going to be? If you guys can help me out, I want to have you there. Get your ticket to LAL. Go to launchpreneuracademy.com/store. Go under the store section to buy your ticket and get one for you, get one for your foreman, maybe get one for your spouse, your girlfriend, your fiance, and come on up to Novi, Michigan and check out this one-day conference. We've got guys like James Mansky coming in, who's going to help you guys grow your business. Mike Andes, Nick Carlson, Paver Pete, Mark Bradley, the founder and owner of LMN, and so much more. Guys, we'd love to host you up here in Novi, Michigan. Get your hotel rooms, get your tickets, come up there, check this thing out, and get your ticket here secured in the month of September. By the way, October 1st, the price does go up $50 to $249 a ticket, so why wait? Get your ticket today for $197, and we look forward to seeing you there.
Thanks for taking the time to listen to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast with Brian Fullerton. We hope you enjoyed this production. If so, please consider leaving us a 5-star review for the show. While the techniques and ideas presented here are designed to help you grow a more successful and profitable business, no one can guarantee these results for you. We want to emphasize that entrepreneurship is not easy, and the ideas presented here are just the opinions of Brian Fullerton and his respective guests. No one can guarantee success for you. That being said, we hope the ideas presented here help you and motivate you to go on out there and crush it with your own business.
Fullerton Unfiltered Podcast.
Thanks for listening, and we hope to see you on the next episode.
This has been a Brian Fullerton and Mr. Producer production.